Hey little kids and pups, it's your Kitsune Goddess Aries, and welcome back to Minecraft. But it looks a little different, doesn't it? And there is actually a reason for that. This is the very basic version of Minecraft. The very first basic version of Minecraft. Didn't even have a version number. It was RD dash and then a bunch of strings and numbers. The void didn't work. Just had to reset the game entirely. So that's the very first version. Let's keep going. On to the next version. I'll be back. Okay, and now we have the second release of the game. This is the very second release of the game, the very second InfDev test. And this one brought infinite world generation and a bunch of infinite Steves that you can't interact with in any meaningful way. So this was the birth of Steve. Then we have the third release of Minecraft InfDev. This is where the 2- began, and instead of grass, we now have stone blocks. And as you can see, rather than just breaking the block, now we have break mechanics. And a little block icon in the top right corner. Welcome to version 3. And version 3, I'm not actually sure what version 3 brought to the table. You can't take any screenshots, you can't see any... Whoa! What the... Apparently pressing R launches you through the world. So that is something to consider as well. Oh, and you can spawn Steves, apparently, by pressing G. So you can spawn an infinite amount of Steve. So I'm assuming this was player animations testing. This was part of the player animations testing phase, I'm guessing. Welcome back to the InfDev levels. This was the final update in the RD series. The next is a different code entirely. So I'm not sure what stage we'll be expecting for the next game. Alright. We now have the ability to full screen the game. But upon full screening the game, you can still only see the bottom left. So it is not worth full screening the game. It appears to have very much glitches. And you had to shadow click. And you can still gyrate around the map and spawn a bunch of Steves for what I'm assuming is more player testing and shits and giggles. Can the Steves do anything? The Steves now jump. Interesting. Interesting thing to note is upon trying to close this version, Java stops responding. Okay, welcome back to slightly looking more like Minecraft. We now have a pause menu. The full screen function is still broken. We have the ability to save, load, and generate new levels. There's no longer random Steves generated throughout the world, but you can still generate your own Steves by throwing them with the G key. And we also now have water. So we have the ability to drown ourselves in water, but you can't actually go out to the water, unfortunately. Not sure what's going on with Minecraft there. It seems to be having issues. First sign of a splash screen here. We have the tutorial level is gone, or grayed out. Multiplayer is grayed out. We have options for music, which doesn't do anything presently. I cannot hear any music. Oh! And we appear to have broken something. Already. Graphics were set to fancy. I tried setting them to fast by clicking the normal way, and it popped us on a black screen. So that should be fun. Cool. On to the next. Okay. Here we have our splash screen yet again. Go ahead and create a new world. Can actually try to play the game this time. Oh, and full screen once again does nothing. Full screen does that, so that's interesting. Not sure why that is a thing. There we go. And we have our first semblances of Minecraft being what Minecraft is supposed to be. We can see the back of our player, and as you can see from that motions test we had in the InfDev levels, we have the same range of movement as normal Steve did. Go ahead and try to turn on the sound. And there you go, we can turn on the alpha version. This is alpha 1.0.4. 60 FPS. 200 chunk updates. Oh, wow. You punch a sheep, and the wool just comes right off. Punch a sheep, the wool just comes right off. Punch a pig, you punch it 3, 4, 8 times, it drops 2 pieces of pork. Isn't that special? On to the next. Actually, can you break a tree? Does it drop anything if you break a tree? So you can still technically make a... You can't craft anything. So, you can make a house, but it's going to be a very basic house. Very first game we can actually craft anything. The very first version we can actually craft anything in. About 2 or 3 versions ago, the game window actually started saying Minecraft instead of just game. Okay. Then we'll go ahead and eat pork, so we get rid of our inventory slots there. So we only get 9 inventory slots. That's it. We don't have any inventory keys. Okay. On to the next. Alright. We have our splash screen again. Shows us our memory in the top right corner. We have free memory, 95% of 2048 megabytes. Allocated memory is 6%. Those numbers don't add up at all, but okay. Sure, 100%. And we have saplings and flowers added to the game. Do we have an inventory system yet? Not yet. We do have jumping. And our arms still flail around uselessly. There is a water mechanic, so you can drown in the water, I believe. Do you die? drowning in the water, and how fast do you drown? So drowning was one of the first mechanics they ever added. Got it. Cool. You can't drop it. There you go. So respawn mechanic. Alright, on to the next. We have our another instance of the splash screen, our first instance of multiplayer. Minecraft multiplayer is currently not finished, but there is some invite-only testing going on. Public and buggy testing coming in a few weeks or so. You can't get rid of that soft space where it tells you your FPS and everything. Yet. Trees are slower to break now. And we have drop mechanics. So you can drop stuff now. And an inventory mechanic. And a crafting mechanic. So now we have mine and craft. Can you make a stick? Oh, it's the old wooden layout too. Wait. Sticks. You can. Excuse me. Can you make a crafting table? Okay. You can craft pickaxes now. There's a bit more to the game now. And then, of course, you got to do the Forbidden Minecraft thing. See if that's a rule. Okay, on to the next. Next, we're going to jump ahead a couple versions. Since there were no significant changes, we're going to jump ahead to Minecraft Beta 1.0. Minecraft Beta 1.0 brought you this menu, which you could connect to servers with. And you also had the texture pack and mods folder. And lighting is fixed a bit. What kind of... Okay, so the basic controls we have. Chat, drop, jump, back, forward, left, right, sneak, inventory, and toggle fog. Toggle fog? Oh, that's right. We have fog. Nice. And the old cobblestone texture, too. Bleak. That's been a while, hasn't it? And then, of course, because we didn't have sprinting, you can crouch with shift, apparently. Makes more sense with control in my mind, but that's just that's how I've had it for so long. As you can see, the world generation's a bit better. It looks a bit cleaner. Everything looks nice. Let's go ahead and jump into the next version. For this demonstration, we've gone ahead and jumped a couple versions ahead again. to 1.4 beta. As you can see, if I move myself around a little bit, and I move the sponsorship a little bit, you have copyright Mojang AB. It is no longer, it was no longer that other one. This menu is finally cleaned up a bit. Sound is a bit better. There's now a volume slider instead. Oh, and did I mention my favorite part? Mojang, why did you take that away from me? We had such a beautiful thing with the player hurt noise. Why have you taken this away from me? And we have ores. So iron there too. Cows and pigs, still annoying as always. Now that we've got stone, we can go get that iron. Minecraft from Creeper, blown up box of Al-Qaeda. I'm a Creeper. So nice to meet. It's time to leave. It's blood, bring you boom, boom, boom. It's blood, coal veins were massive back then, and they still are to this day, but they're even more so today. Okay, on to the next version. Next we have, and we've jumped ahead a few versions for this one, yes. We have beta 1.8, not 1.8.1, 1.8. And the reason we jumped ahead to 1.8 is it brought with it some different stuff. If you'll notice here, we have pick block, the ability to pick a block, but we don't have creative mode yet. And pick block doesn't work the same as creative. It just allows you to pick what block you're looking at in your inventory if you have it. This also introduced the original achievements layout, like taking inventory, getting wood, benchmarking, time to mine, getting an upgrade, time to strike, sniper duel, monster hunter, cow tipper, when pigs fly, time to farm, bake bread, the lie, on a rail, acquire hardware, hot topic, delicious fish. It also brought with it a bunch of statistics, like times played, worlds played, saves loaded, multiplayer joins, games quit. And also this thing. The ability to change your brightness settings and turn smooth lighting on and off, and have very, very different render distance and performance settings. And the graphics setting no longer crashes you. Debobbing, which I still haven't figured out what that does. Advanced OpenGL, which I still haven't figured out what that does. And my personal favorite headache, 3D anaglyph. Remember those 3D glasses people had for their computer monitors that nobody ever used? Because it was such a retro technology that just never quite stuck. Yep, there you go. On to the next. After you get out of beta, came one of the arguably most interesting updates for Minecraft. It brought with it hunger. And this was also during the era that introduced Herobrine, was around 1.7 to 1.8 to the 1.0 release outside of beta. So we'll go ahead and need some more cobblestone. And then we can hopefully make a furnace. Okay. Perfect. We're gonna make a furnace by clicking and not dragging, but placing each block individually. Then we need to put the coal. Now we need something to smelt. Also, we have night cycles now. I mean, we had those for a while, but they're more prevalent and they're more, in my opinion, the shading on them is quite beautiful in this version. And because you're not hungry, you can't eat the beef. And you have cooked beef. And you can smelt the iron ore. Alright, on to the next version. Alright, we've gone ahead and jumped ahead several versions. We are now at Minecraft 1.6.1, and there's a reason for that. Everything now looks a little bit different, doesn't it? Now you can start to see the different servers that I have. And we have conversion for worlds. Textures are starting to change for stuff. We have the ability to open to LAN, allow cheats, all sorts of fun stuff. And we have the introduction of Creative World. Game mode creative. So now we have creative mode. With the old UI. Oh, how I got used to this, and then they ripped it away from me, didn't they? Oh. So much stuff, isn't there? Alright, on to the next. And finally, we've jumped ahead several versions to Minecraft 1.20 pre-release 1, the most recent version of Minecraft. Go ahead and throw myself into the world and see what we got. Telemetry data, stream customization. We got all sorts of settings that we've had before in the last couple of versions. We have our wonderful assistants. But in this version, we should have our hanging signs. We have piglin heads now. We have a sniffer egg. And we have cherry blocks. Let's go ahead and place ourselves a sign here. Hanging sign. It says boop on it. There you go. Little sniffer egg. Little piglin head. Go ahead and put the piglin head on. And sprinting. We have calibrated sculpt sensors. Chiseled bookshelves, so you can, like, I guess, customize your books. We have... What else is new that we have? Let's see. Had those before. We have a bamboo raft and a cherry raft now. We have some more music discs. So we have Aaron Sheroff Relic. Let's go ahead and give a listen, shall we? Ooh, smithing templates. We got lots of new stuff in this tab. It looks like armor's getting an upgrade. In its functionality. And we have a brush of some kind. Not sure why. Not sure why we have a brush, but we have a brush. Looks like iron got itself a different shading. And we have a bundle. Interesting. It looked like we had some new mobs to look at. Like, this sniffer, wherever they are. Ravager, we had that before. Sniffer. What the hell are you? Little baby sniffers. Pretty chill. Alright, guys, well, that is going to go ahead and be it for today. If you guys liked it, go ahead and leave a like down below, and leave a comment down below telling me your favorite part about this Minecraft review, reviewing all the old different versions. And I'll see all you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, and go and check our sponsor out in the description down below and in the comments down below. Remember, you get 10% off your order if you use code MysticBeans at checkout. That is at w.gg. Again, that is www.dubby.gg. W.gg, everyone. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!